We are in downtown Milwaukee. Beautiful downtown Milwaukee. All right, I promised you a story. Here's the story. 100% true, believe it or not. In 1992, I was 21, and my girlfriend worked at this nightclub behind us here. In this alley. And I used to go in there and sit in her section and get drinks. And we got real drunk one night, and her boss came up and said, "Hey, you guys are being obnoxious. You'd either knock it off or leave." And I said, "You know what? I don't care. Your DJ sucks. I gotta get out of here." He said, "What do you mean the DJ sucks?" I'm like, "Yeah, he sucks." I was very drunk. He said, "All right, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. I'll put your money where your mouth is. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes in my booth. If I like what you do, I'll pay your bar tab tonight. If I don't, I never want to see you in here again." And that was the start of my 6-year residency at this place. So in December of 1997, my daughter was born on Christmas Eve, and that's when I took a leave of absence. And they told me, "Hey, you always have a home here. You can always come back." But, life happens, and I just didn't come back. Anyway, I get a call from Wavy Davy yesterday morning. He says, "Yeah, Safe House is looking for a New Year's Eve DJ." So I called, and I guess that's what I'm going to do. So I took a 25-year paternity leave, and now I'm back. Just for New Year's. We'll see what happens. Hey guys, I wanted to quickly show you the rack I've put together for tomorrow's last-minute New Year's Eve gig at Safe House. This is it, essentially. It's pretty much what I use all the time. It's the Pioneer DGM 450 mixer. I've got the lid here that works as kind of my mouse pad stand slash microphone gooseneck platform. I've added a laptop stand and a fast set table. My space is very limited. This is the booth I'm setting up in. So back in the old days when I worked at this place in the 90s, we had a legit DJ booth. Now the DJ booth is very much an afterthought. It's a new management company. They've thrown this together. I mean, this kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's like a booth, but a little room. They call it the armory. There's leads in there. There's power in there. The DJ somehow sets up in there, brings their own mixing board, table, computer, plugs into the leads, uses the house system and the house lights, and goes. I think this will fit okay. It's 4 foot by 18 inches, so 48 inches by 18 inches. It's the best solution I can come up with quick, Art says this looks sketchy. Keep going. See those people are going in? Yep. That's where we're going. Okay, we're here, we're early, and I'm trying to talk over the music so we don't get flagged. This is my booth right here. You can see I'm set up in there. The location was interesting. My back is to the audience. I'm totally not used to that. So I'm DJing and I'm constantly turning around to see what's going on. What's really annoying is when you're trying to do something and someone's tapping you on the shoulder from behind, because that's where your audience is. You got to turn around and take the request. I don't know if we'll go back. I don't know if I'll be in rotation, but I wouldn't mind it. I was a little concerned about unloading everything and then going out and finding parking. You may have noticed in that alley shot, back in the old days, some of those buildings weren't there. That was parking. So now I don't know where you park. It's downtown. You got to find a spot somewhere or a structure or something. It's official. I'm back at the club in rotation, starting on St. Patrick's Day, which is a little less than 2 weeks away. I was contacted by the club yesterday and secured 5 more dates between, I guess, St. Patrick's Day, which I'm already working, and the end of April. So I'm back. I'm a club DJ again, and I'm very excited about that. There are some logistics I'm going to have to address, though, and I'm going to have to build a custom rack specifically for the club. I need to put something together that I'm going to be able to roll into essentially any club with limited space and set up and play. I know that I don't talk about it a lot and I hate to bring it up a lot, but I am disabled. I have one hand. So I can't have all this heavy stuff that I'm lugging in. I have specific needs as a DJ. Some of it has to do with table height. Some of it has to do with a place for a mouse and where things are positioned. So I got to start from scratch and build something. No one's going to build it for me. X stand is how I'm going to go with this. I ordered one off of Amazon. You may have seen that rig that I built for Swisher Sweets for Welcome to Rockville. That worked, but they wanted something even more condensed and easy to set up. So what I did, kind of last minute, is I cannibalized an old VMS4 case that I had. You know, I don't have any more of those cases. I do have this old VMS2 though. The laptop, flip-up laptop stand, it's a neat idea, but the problem is, when I use them, I'm bending over, and that's a lot of back fatigue. If I put something like, I don't know, like a DJM 250 Mark II over here, I think it's like 9 inches wide. And this case is 15 inches wide as far as the space goes, or 15 and a half. I'll have extra room here where I can put a little mouse, which would be really nice. So I'll solve all of my problems with something like this and a small battle mixer. Let's see what this looks like on here. Okay, that barely fits, and it could fall off an edge pretty easily. I don't like that, but I got an idea. What if I took the lid and flipped it upside down like this? These legs have to come in a little bit. There they go. What if I did that? Then the legs could have no possible way of spreading apart, falling down, whatever. Nothing's going to slip off. Yep, 36 inches on the dot. That's pretty good. Our depth is 17 inches. That's fantastic. I can set this on here. You can see I can physically manage it empty. And there we go. This is a great height. Notice I'm not bending at all. This is perfect. The mixer that I want to put in here is a Pioneer DJM 250 Mark II. It's what I use for the Rockville rig that I built. I don't have one. I can order one. But in the meantime, since I don't have any mobiles coming up, I can use my DJM 450, which is the exact same physical footprint. Just setting it in the case like this, I'm blocking the headphone jack in the front. I have some foam that I cannibalized from an old JTS case that I had laying around. It fits right here. Perfect. I've got the clearance for headphones right here. This is all MIDI, by the way, with the 450. It also MIDIs up with the 250 Mark II, which is why I'm going with it. I have the headphones connected, no problem. And I'm actually hanging the headphones, just came up with this, off of this rack hardware here on the other side. Works fine. Gets them out of the way. I made some changes. I've ordered some stuff. And I'm almost ready to go ahead and put it all together. Well, first of all, I have drilled out this laptop stand. I have removed it. All the rivets are drilled out and it's removed. Now, the reason I did that is because I looked at this picture from a one-off gig I did almost 2 months ago. This space was so incredibly tight. There's no way I could have gone over 24 inches in that booth. The padding, nope. Eliminated that. Padding is now gone. I will reuse this stuff though. Both of these pieces I've pulled out of here, which took some persuasion because it was glued in there pretty good. So you may notice back here, there's a little grommet. This is the custom laptop stand I built. I started with this flange and I flattened the back of it so I can get it tighter against the back of this case. Then I took this magma stand I had. Here's what's left of the magma stand, and I will keep this because it's good to have hardware laying around for weird stuff. So you take what's left of the laptop stand and you stick it right in here. I took a piece of aluminum that I pulled off of an old headliner stage that actually has a tight down nut on here. Stick the laptop on here and you're done. For the microphone, I used a microphone flange. You can buy them off of Amazon or whatever. For gooseneck. Seems to last forever screwing these things sometimes. There we go. Flexible microphone gooseneck. And it's as out of the way as I can get it. I've ordered a DJM 250 Mark II. Something you can't see on here is that this flange comes awfully close to the back of this mixer, but not crazy close. I did, however, order right angle microphone jacks for this thing. It's 1/4 inch in and XLR female out. I did order up some of this too. This is foam, kind of like those sides are made out of. It's 2 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. It's done, and I'm so glad it's done. Sound quality is fantastic. I'm using this Pioneer DJM 250 Mark II mixer. I got it used at Guitar Center. It's got the same inputs and sound card and outputs as a Nexus. Everything's pre-wired in here, so I don't have to plug anything in. I mean, there's a wire coming out to plug into the laptop. The MIDI USB's coming out to plug into the laptop. There's a main power coming out of this that I can plug into the wall. That's going to power the mixer and the laptop. And of course your leads. The microphone is actually pre-wired too. On the DJM 250 Mark II, there is no microphone on off button. I wanted to put a switched microphone on the system, so I went out today and I bought this. Here's the box. It's a Shure PGA 58. They didn't have any SM58 switched, but they had this. So let's unplug the computer first. All right. Grab this. Okay, next up, I'm going to get rid of this laptop stand that I built. There we go. That's it. I'm going to lay it like this, the side down. So maybe I can just bend it over like that. This microphone, yeah, I think it'll just sit right back here. Here's our main power cable that comes out of the mixer. That can just sit right there. Okay. We also have the USB and power leads that go to the computer. They can go right there. The case is all packed up. Done and done. And here it is, all packed up, ready to go. Doesn't weigh much at all. I've essentially got 3 things to bring in. Alright, it's very cold out tonight. I've got 2 laptops. I'm going to get rid of one of those and just run a fire tablet for a backup. And I have a hand cart. Of course, that's the cart. There's the X stand. This is going to be the dance floor. So we're going to stuff in the ceiling. I'm going to clear the tables. And then up there in this booth is the DJ booth. Once you get inside, you'll totally get it. Alright, see? Here we are. All set up right there. Now, before, I was 4 feet wide. I didn't fit there. See that? Now I fit. I was here with my back towards the audience. Now I'm here, and from here, I can see a lot of things. I can look out here and see stuff. I can look out here and see stuff. And I got my little seating area here. This is going to be the BSR VIP lounge one of these days. Come hang out with me. You can come sit in the booth with me. We did have a dinner crowd. They did request some music. They did some silly line dances. As you can see, I'm not crazy. I had to build a tiny little booth. Some people were questioning me on that and wondering why I didn't go with something bigger and more and whatever. Look at the fit on this. It's exactly what I needed to do. It's much easier on that cart. Oh, yeah, the cart. I bought that last minute yesterday. It worked. You know, it did work, and I think it'll save some time. But that second laptop was kind of the straw that broke the cart's back because it makes it cumbersome. So 1 laptop, the X stand, and the main case on the cart, yeah, in and out pretty quick with some creative bungeeing. So that's the whole story. You want to hear the weird part? I spent so much time putting that together that the prep for St. Patrick's Day felt epic, for lack of a better word. Now, I'm going back next week and the week after, and I've got 3 dates in April so far. I don't have to do anything between now and the next time I go out, or any of the times after that. Everything works. The only thing I have to do is load my new music in when it comes in, whenever I feel like I need to, do those updates. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the video or not, but instead of bringing a full backup laptop, I'm going to bring an Amazon Fire tablet with some updated music on it and use the DJ program from Algorithm. That's going to be the backup for Club. It just makes sense because otherwise it's physically challenging for me to get that stuff in and out on the cart. It works very well without the cart. So anyway, yeah, there you go. That's the whole story. And yeah, I'm bored out of my mind now. I've got nothing to do until I gig next week. As soon as the weather breaks, it's back to hot rod building. But until then, I don't know. I made this video out of boredom, just to give you an example. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me on this build. I know you're rewatching some of this stuff. Some of you are seeing it for the first time. If you want to see more, you can go back at my channel and see the full videos on this stuff, where I've actually done this stuff and built it and came up with it or whatever. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what we're going to do videos on tomorrow, but we'll come up with something else. It won't be this club system. It'll be something else, I promise. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys so much. If you'd be so kind to leave a like and a nice comment, that'd be groovy. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.